Ethan always believed that trust was the foundation of any relationship. When he met Sarah at a work event, he felt he had found someone with whom he could build something solid and true. Sarah was charismatic, intelligent, and had a smile that could light up any room. They quickly became inseparable. Their conversations flowed effortlessly, and each meeting seemed to strengthen the bond between them. Ethan was convinced he had found his safe harbor, someone who shared his dreams and aspirations. At first, the relationship seemed perfect. Sarah was affectionate, always ready to listen and support Ethan in everything he did. He felt loved and valued, believing they could face any challenge together. They spent hours discussing their plans for the future, dreaming of travels and families they hoped to build. Ethan felt lucky, as if the universe were conspiring in his favor. However, as the months passed, Ethan began to notice small changes in Sarah's behavior. She started spending more time with friends, often going out without telling him, which made Ethan feel uneasy. He convinced himself it was normal and that Sarah deserved her space. But this discomfort began to grow, and Ethan felt a nagging sense that something was wrong. One night, while at home, Ethan decided to take a look at Sarah's phone. He wasn't the jealous type, but he sensed something was off. When he opened her messages, he was paralyzed. Sarah was communicating with an ex-boyfriend in an intimate manner, exchanging messages filled with flirtation and affection. His heart raced, and reality began to crumble around him. Ethan never imagined Sarah could be dishonest, and this revelation left him in shock. It felt as if the ground had vanished beneath his feet. Desperate, Ethan decided to confront her. When Sarah came home, he was nervous but determined. With a trembling voice, he laid out his discoveries, hoping for an explanation. But when he looked at Sarah's expression, he realized something was very wrong. She tried to defend herself, claiming it was just a friendship, that it didn't mean anything. However, her words felt empty to Ethan. Each argument she presented made him feel more betrayed. He sensed that the betrayal was not just in the messages but in the trust he had placed in her. That conversation escalated into a heated argument, filled with accusations and tears. Ethan couldn't believe that the woman he loved had lied to him. After that tumultuous night, Ethan found himself in a sea of uncertainty. The trust he had in Sarah was shattered, and he questioned every moment they had shared. He began to reevaluate every laugh, every plan they had made together. All the promises of love now seemed like a farce. The despair and pain of the betrayal consumed him, and he started to isolate himself, pulling away from friends and family, unable to cope with the turmoil of emotions. Each day, distrust grew, not just in relation to Sarah, but towards everyone around him. How could he ever trust again? As time went on, Ethan realized he needed answers. He began to dig deeper, talking to Sarah's friends and trying to understand what had really happened. The revelations that surfaced were even more painful. He discovered that Sarah wasn't just close to her ex, there was a history of past betrayals and manipulative behavior she had concealed. Each new piece of information felt like another blow to the already shattered trust he had. With every discovery, Ethan felt more desolate, as if he were unearthing the remnants of a relationship that had no future. Determined to protect himself, Ethan decided he needed to distance himself from Sarah, even if it meant losing someone he loved deeply. He moved to a new apartment, away from the memories that haunted him. Packing up his things was exhausting, and every item he touched seemed laden with memories. In the following months, Ethan worked hard to rebuild his life. He began to dedicate himself to hobbies he had abandoned, rediscovering the joy in activities that made him feel alive. He decided he needed a change. He started running every morning, a way to release the built-up tension and clear his mind. Additionally, he enrolled in a photography course, something he had always been interested in, and began to explore the world through the lens of his camera. This not only helped him express his creativity but also taught him to see beauty in the little things in life, even amidst the pain. Photography became a form of therapy, allowing Ethan to capture moments that brought joy and hope. As Ethan reconnected with himself, he began to understand the importance of trusting himself and his instincts. He allowed himself to feel the pain, but also opened up to new experiences and new people. During a photography exhibition, he met Lily, a woman who was genuine and sincere. Lily was different from Sarah. She was understanding and attentive, always interested in hearing his stories. With Lily, he found a safe space to share his insecurities, and slowly, trust began to rebuild. However, the shadow of betrayal still loomed over him. Ethan had to work hard to face his fears and insecurities, learning that the past should not dictate his present. He talked openly with Lily about his experiences and anxieties, and she always supported him, helping him see that he didn't have to carry the weight of betrayal alone. Over time, Ethan began to realize that while the pain of betrayal would never completely disappear, he had the power to choose how to respond to it. Ethan's journey was not easy. Each new step brought its own challenges. He struggled against the fear of opening up again, of being vulnerable. However, Lily was patient and never pushed him. With each encounter, each conversation, Ethan realized it was possible to build a healthy relationship based on communication and honesty. As time went on, their relationship blossomed, and Ethan began to feel hope rekindle in his heart. The pain of betrayal still accompanied him, but Ethan learned to use this experience as a springboard for growth. He became more resilient, understanding that true love is built on sincerity and transparency. He began to see life in a new light, appreciating the small moments of happiness and gratitude that he had previously overlooked. Eventually, Ethan realized that he could not allow the past to define his future. He decided it was time to look forward, to embrace the new opportunities life had to offer. The journey of rebuilding himself was long and filled with challenges, but each step brought him closer to becoming the best version of himself. Ethan learned that true trust comes from within and that despite the scars of the past, he was still capable of love and being loved again. He would never forget what had happened, but he chose to use that experience as a lesson about the value of authenticity and sincerity. Ethan was ready to move on, not as a victim, but as someone who had overcome betrayal and was willing to build healthy and trustworthy relationships based on honesty and mutual respect. He knew that love still existed, and he was determined to find it again, this time with a stronger heart and a clearer mind. Life, despite its challenges, was full of possibilities, and Ethan was prepared to explore them.